Hi, how's it going? How's your one-string songs going? Oh yeah? Well, tell me what you've been working on. Did you figure out any other songs to work on? Oh, cool, the James Bond theme, like. Maybe you did it down here? Like 0222 0033322. Yeah, that's a really good one. What else? Oh, no way. Yeah, that's a kind of a hard one. Tom Petty, Running Down a Dream, no way. It's got these O's in between. 007, 06, 05, 03, 07, 06, 05, 03. Way to pick a hard one. That's pretty cool. What else? No, that song is stupid. Don't do that song. I'm just kidding. Do whatever song you want. So let's talk about a song. Here's a song you can do. Just do this with me. I'm gonna go on the 4th fret, and I'm gonna pick the 4th fret, and then I'm gonna just hit the open string a bunch of times in this rhythm. I'll go a little slower for you. This fast. So every 8th note, I'm gonna hit the 4th fret, then take my finger off and hit the open string. Are you doing it? Maybe you're doing it a little slower. Maybe you're like... Even if you do it slow, try to do it in time. One of the bigger kind of mistakes that beginner students make is they try and get notes in the right order, but without thinking of the rhythm of the notes. And if you're always thinking about the rhythm, even when you're going really slow, that's gonna help you. Okay, now check it out. I'm gonna go 4, 7, 4, 7. Can you do it? 4, oops, 7. Look, I'm gonna use 2 different fingers. Pointer finger, ring finger. Try that. Pointer finger, ring finger. Kind of hard, right? Let's just go to pointer. Pointer, pointer. Now do it with your middle. Middle, middle. Now your ring. Ring, ring. Let's stay on our ring a while. You gotta get this ring finger up to speed. You can't play guitar very good if you don't have your ring finger muscle and your pinky. Let's go pinky. So doing the same thing, just my pinky. If you can get pretty good at this, you're probably ready to do this a better way. So a lot of the things about learning guitar, it's not that guitar players are lazy, but it just is a good way to make sense of like what to do with your hands on a guitar, is pretend you are lazy. And if I'm really lazy, this is getting tiresome. Look at all this arm movement to just move my whole finger up and down. I don't want to move my arm. What if I just keep my hand here and I do the 4 with my pointer and the 7 with my pinky? Ooh, I feel like I can do that faster. Maybe every 3rd note. Are you doing it? 4, 7, 0, 0, 4, 0, 0, 7, 0, 0. Let's go even a little bit faster every other one. Hey, let's take the whole thing, the 4 and 7, and we're going to move the whole thing up. So 4 is going to turn into 5, and 7 is going to turn into 8. So now we're going 5, 0, 8, 0, 5, 0, 8, 0, 5, 0, 8, 0. Maybe you're doing it this fast. And then back to 4 and 7. Then back to 5 and 8. Then 4 and 7. 5 and 8. Maybe we'll do them for longer and faster. Does that sound familiar? It's kind of like the AC/DC song Thunderstruck at the beginning, except they do it down on this string. Let's go down onto this string, the B string. So we talked about the string names. I'm just trying to only introduce you like the actual music names as you need them, because it can get overwhelming and you think you have to know all that stuff, but you don't really. But just to go over them, high E, the B string, the G string, the D string, the A string, the E string, that's the low E string. So it's on the B string, the second highest string. I also got out a pick, and I'm gonna go 4-0-7-0, 4-0-7-0, and then I'm gonna go 5-0-8-0, 5-0-8-0, and it's like this. Cool, right? Now, if I was really Angus Young, I think he's at least doing it like this, where he's not even picking every other note, but he's doing a thing we call a pull-off. You'll learn this later. It works way better on an electric guitar, but you hit a note and you let it go, but you don't just let it go, you kind of like thwap the string. Thwap? Is thwap a word? T-H-W-A-P? Thwap. 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 We don't have to learn that. That's for later. That's more advanced. Also, I think he might be doing hammer-ons too, because I think I remember him like, like riling up the crowd while his fingers are just going like by themselves. That sounds kind of dumb on this guitar, but if I were playing an electric guitar, especially one with lots of fuzz and stuff, this would sound so cool. Maybe it sounds cool to you already. You can get there in a while. These hammer-ons, it takes a while to build up, like I was talking about in one of the other lessons, it takes a while to build up your left hand muscles. So don't feel bad if you can't. If it's still hard for you even just to push down the strings. It takes a while. It takes a while to build up the muscles. Let's go back to Thunderstruck. 4-7, 4-7, 5-8, 5-8. Then it starts going, where am I? Let me tell you those numbers. I'm going 12, 10, 12, 10, 9, 10, 9, 7, 9, 5, 7, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4. Let's take out those little O's so I can show you better. 12, 10, 11, 12, 11, 10, 11, 10, 7. Shoot. 12, 10, 11, 10. No, 12, 10, 9, 10, 9, 7, 9, 5, 7, 4, 7, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4. I said that so wrong. I'll put it in the text somewhere, so you can go learn Thunderstruck. I wanted to talk about Thunderstruck, though, because look at all these notes. They go into this specific order. And maybe you notice almost all the time when you're playing a song, you're skipping frets sometimes, and sometimes you're not. Right? Like Mary Had a Little Lamb. Right? But remember Final Countdown? It starts with... So here you're using two frets that are right next to each other. But it's like you never play this one. In that whole song, you're like 7, 5, 7, 0. 8, 7, 8, 7, 5. And then same with the fourth. You never really play that fourth or that sixth fret. And this is kind of like gets at the heart of what is cool and special about the guitar. The guitar doesn't have white and black keys like a piano. Like most instruments you can learn to play have like some scale they're kind of in. Like if you go get a recorder and you're like, doo, 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 and just lift one finger at a time, I'm way oversimplifying, but you kind of play a scale. Not like that on guitar. We have like frets, and frets do not make a scale. You have to like build a scale onto the frets. So it's never gonna be like every single fret, and it's also never gonna be like every other fret. That is a weird kind of scale called a whole tone scale. And some people say every fret would be a kind of weird scale called a chromatic scale. But those aren't the kind of scales like 90% of the music you know is made out of. most of the music, you know, is made out of major, minor scales, modes. And one day you're gonna learn all about them and it's gonna be so cool. But for now, let's not get too wild. Just try and pay attention to how sometimes notes are 1 fret apart and sometimes notes are 2 frets apart. And eventually we're gonna work that into a scale. Not today though. Today I want to do a 2-string song. Yep. And this is a song everyone has to learn who learns guitar. I'm going to show you it a 1-string way first. See if you recognize it. I'm going to go 0, 3, 5, 0, 3, 6, 5, 0, 3, 5, 3, 0. Smoke on the Water. I bet you I've heard this song more times from people playing it on guitar than I have in real life. Like, I hardly ever even hear the actual song. It's for some reason a song everyone who learns guitar has to learn. Now let me show you how we do it. I said it's a 2-string song, and it is. The way we play this is we go to our middle 2 strings. D and G strings, the middle 2 strings on your guitar. Notice I'm using a pick. You don't have to. If you're not there yet, a good way to pick 2 notes at a time is one with your thumb and one with your forefinger. It helps you not accidentally hit extraneous strings. And watch what I'm going to do. I'll show you, then I'll talk about it. So I just hit both of them open. And then look, I kind of smush my finger down. And I'm pushing the 3rd fret on the D string and the G string both down at once with 1 finger. Just smush it down there. Here, I'll push it hard and show you the lines where my fingers are touching it. Do you see the 2 lines? Somewhere around there. So somewhere on the squishy pad of your finger. This is a time when you should not arch your finger. In fact, if you can learn to like anti-arch your finger, even though it looks gross, that's actually better. But don't worry about it for now. Whatever you need to do to get them to ring out. So both O, both 3. Then you can use another finger, smush it, or you can slide up with your same finger. I don't care about that yet. So O, 3, 5. And then we go O, 3, 6, 5. That 6 is really short. You can slide in, or you can do that with another finger. Right? See how unarched my fingers are? Look at that finger. Oh no. Oh no, I'm giving you the bird. Sorry. Okay, so 0, 3, 5, 0, 3, 6, 5, 0, 3, 5, 3, 0. You have to learn it. I'm sorry. Everyone has to learn Smoke on the Water. Later I'll tell you, we're not exactly playing it the way the dude in Deep Purple, Richie Blackmore, I think, played it. Also, I did a little research because I was like, man, what the hell is Smoke on the Water even about? Well, it turns out Deep Purple was going to record an album in Switzerland. I forget where, in some like resort city in Switzerland, and this casino's theater. But then on the last night the casino was open or something, someone, like to the public for the season, it's like a seasonal tourist thing, someone threw like a road flare and caught the whole thing on fire and the whole thing burned down. And the guy was looking at it burn down out of his window, like the drummer or something, over and seeing the fire, and then in the background Lake Geneva in Switzerland, and Smoke on the Water. And they talk about the whole story in there, how they then like decided to record in this other thing, and they were borrowing the Rolling Stones mobile recording rig. There's a lot of history in that song. It's kind of a dumb song. Maybe you like it, maybe you hate it, but I'm telling you, I'm sorry. You want to take my lessons, you're learning Smoke on the Water. It's just what we've always done since 1972, I bet. So, learn it. Learn Smoke on the Water. Just do it. Just do it, okay? All right, bye.